You ever feel like you're watching a team trying to figure out who they are right in front of your face? That's what this draft was. The Dolphins didn't just pick names off a board. They told us who they think they are, or at least who they want to be. But does it even line up with what we've seen on the field? Does it match what the team's been bleeding every time it's punched in the mouth? That's the real story here. So let's talk trenches. Chris Grier kept repeating that same line like it was gospel. We've got to get stronger up front. Yeah, no kidding. You lose Christian Wilkins and Raekwon Davis, and suddenly that D-line doesn't feel like a wall. It feels like a cracked windshield. And instead of replacing them immediately in free agency, Grier played the game with patches and cheap bets. That didn't land. That never lands. Then the draft rolls around and everyone's guessing it's going to be Jody Barron, because Grier's known for valuing defensive backs almost like he's allergic to ignoring them. But no, plot twist. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan. Just boom. Surprise. People were quick to complain, throw grades around. Mel Kiper was confused. Field Yates called it the most confusing pick of the round. But confusing for who? People stuck looking at rankings and big boards like they're the Ten Commandments? The Dolphins don't need pretty. They need power. Grant is 6 feet 4 inches, 330 pounds of not getting moved. The dude collapses pockets and forces offenses to rethink everything. You want someone next to Seiler who doesn't vanish when it's 3RD and 2. That's Grant. You want someone who actually looks like he enjoys contact? That's Grant. So maybe he wasn't ranked top 10 by the media. What does that even mean when your team gets bullied in December? Round 2. Pick 48? Nah, that wasn't going to cut it. Grier trades up to 37 and grabs Jonah Savaiania. And let's be real, no one likes giving up picks, especially not in a draft where you've already got holes everywhere. But when 8 linemen fly off the board in the first round, you either jump or you pray. Grier jumped. Maybe not a comfortable move, but definitely a necessary one. Savaiania isn't finesse. He's not built for highlight reels. He's a mauler. Guard, tackle, whatever. Just put him on the field and point him at a defender. That's the kind of offensive line attitude this team hasn't had in years. Not since Richie Incognito. And let's not even open that can again. The bottom line? This team has been soft up front. And now, maybe, that tide starts to shift. But then came the waiting. No third rounder. No fourth. The room quieted down. People wondered if Grier was asleep or just out of ammo. But he wasn't done. He flipped a 4th-round pick to Houston. Came out with a 6th this year and a 3rd next year. That's a future move, and it's a gamble. One of those you better hit in 2026 or you'll hear about it in every comment section moves. 5th round, double dip. Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle, Maryland. Another 300-pounder. Another body to throw at the run game that's been laughing at Miami for years. No sacks last year. Who cares? That's not what he's there for. His job is to make guards hate their jobs and running backs reconsider hitting the hole. And when guys like Chubb or Phillips off the edge need just a second more to get home, that's what Jordan Phillips gives them. Space. Disruption. Chaos. Same round, different flavor. Jason Marshall, corner. Dante Trader, safety. Both 5th-rounders. Both special teams guys, for now. But when the Dolphins' secondary is thinner than a hotel pillow, every pick matters. Trader's got range and versatility. Could be a box guy, a deep guy, maybe even sneak into some nickel snaps. Marshall, more of a project. He's physical, not super athletic. But sometimes physical is enough if your coaching staff can teach positioning and instincts. Big if, though. Now let's talk about what really caught people off guard. 6th round. Running back. Again. 3rd year in a row. But not a burner. Not another track. Guy trying to dodge tackles. Nope. Ollie Gordon. Oklahoma State. 1,700 yards in 2023. Doak Walker winner. Big. Heavy. A back who likes being touched. Lives for the grind. That's not just a pick. That's a change in identity. Because how long have we been begging for someone who could push a pile? How many third and short failures before someone in the building finally says, maybe a 200-pound speed back isn't the answer? Gordon's not flash. He's fight. Sure, he had a drop-off year. But so what? Bad line, fewer carries, underwhelming offense around him. That doesn't erase who he is. And Mike McDaniel better not treat him like another gadget toy. This is your bruiser. This is your fourth quarter closer. If you're not giving him touches in the red zone, you're missing the point.